That's funny. They said I have no audio, so I'm going to start all over again. Too funny. Yes, you can. There. How's the audio now? I'm pretty sure the audio is back now, so we will start all over again. These are the issues you have when I have a new microphone. Hopefully everybody can hear me now, and we're good to go. So apologize for that. Too funny. I had the mute button on. I don't even know why I had that mute button on. Anyhow, once again, let's introduce Mason Thomas. He's saved the day. We had the phone ringing in the background. You couldn't hear it because my audio wasn't on, and he saved the day. So there you go. So thank you very much, Mason, Edward, Thomas. Where is everybody else? They're at the doctor's office. If you couldn't read my lips, they were at the doctor's office. 3 of the girls had doctor's appointments all at the same time. And as you can imagine, when you go back to back to back, it takes some time. But I'd like to thank our sponsor. And our sponsor is Kevin Buddy with Monarch Coast Financial. And thank you again, Kevin, for stepping up and sponsoring the Housing Debrief. So he's my buddy and your buddy, Kevin Buddy. And they deal with more than one kind of borrower and, of course, have more than one kind of loan. Everything from full doc loans to alternative documentation to investor financing and private money loans. So just about deals with everything. He has loads and loads of experience. He's been around since 1976, helping buyers and agents in their home lending needs. And Kevin Buddy, you can contact him. And he can help you out today at 949-422-2075. That's 949-422-2075. And good. Yes. All right. So you can actually hear me. I actually checked. Holy smokes, Stephen Thomas. So our company is Reports on Housing. It's your local real estate snapshot. And really, what we try to bring is not closed sales data. That's reflection of the past. It is what's going on today, inventory, supply, demand, are the number of available homes today, and what does demand look like? That's the last 30 days worth of pending sales. So from new escrow activity and the number of homes available, we're able to see what supply and demand is. So how fast is the market moving? That's the expected market time. If you plant that for sale sign in the yard today, when are you going to open up escrow? It beats the socks out of days on market. And it's about setting expectations of buyers, sellers, friends, neighbors, everybody. And it puts buyers and sellers and real estate agents and real estate practitioners in the driver's seat because they know what's going on based upon irrefutable data in the marketplace. And we have reports that dot all over Southern California. And the most recent one, and this was for San Diego, LA, and Orange County, came out on Monday. It's called Bidding War. This will come out for San Bernardino and Riverside this coming up Monday. But it's like an auction-like atmosphere, and we talk about that in this latest report. So you can go to reportsonhousing.com, click on subscribe, and it comes out every 2 weeks. If you subscribe today, you'll get the most recent report. On that most recent report, there are a bunch of links at the bottom. We email them to you, and you can do everything with it, from printing it out to copy, cut, edit, paste, put your logo. There's excerpts, just about everything you need in the links at the bottom. And it's $15 per month or $150 per year, and you get a month free if you utilize the coupon code of 2021 offers. So, speaking, I was just doing this right now. It's getting hot in here. Too hot. That is today's topic. It's too hot. And I'm hearing that from just about everybody. My brother-in-law listed a house for $605,000 in Mission Viejo. He had, I think, something like 54 offers, somewhere around there, 54 showings, and they came on the market just a couple days ago. 54 showings in just a couple of days, had 26 offers total, and the highest offer is 4% above list price, and 2% is the average above list price for all the offers combined. There's even one with an escalation clause. That's too hot. The market's too hot when you have that kind of experience placing something on the market at the fair market value, and you get that many offers in such a short amount of time. And to understand how hot it is, I have a couple different funny slides for you. One of them is sold over asking. This is great. And or if you want something more expensive, I can show you this again tomorrow. So that's just the nature of how this market is just booming. And then Tom Brady has been to more Super Bowls than there are active listings on the MLS right now. Not quite, but boy, it seems like it at times, that's for sure, especially there in some price ranges. And you're wondering, what in the world is going on? What is feeding this frenzy? And it has a lot to do with supply and demand, but that just tells part of the story. There's something back that is igniting this whole entire thing. And I've talked about it before, and it's these interest rates, these record low rates. As a matter of fact, we're at 2.73%. And we've had 17 record lows since March. 16 of them came in 2020. In January, we hit 2.65%. But you can see we're actually starting to rise a little bit, and there is pressure on rising rates, but they are just way, way too low for my liking. I'm actually rooting for higher interest rates to kind of cool things down a bit. That is the only thing that is going to change the marketplace right now. And also, the Federal Reserve has been buying paper. And they've been buying all the paper, all the loans that are put together. The Federal Reserve has been buying them at such a great speed that it is making interest rates even a little bit lower. So that's also a part of the issue as well. And understand that coronavirus has everything to do with why we have these low interest rates. Because when we got into COVID-19, and back in March, we knew about it. In February, started to hear about it, and then the wheels came off completely on March 17th. And there was everybody wanted to move all their financing, or not financing, all their investing into a safe place, and that is in government bonds, long-term bonds, 10-year bonds and 30-year bonds. And there's a spread between the 10-year bond and the 30-year mortgage. And if you look at it over time, this is where it was prior to the pandemic starting. And then after the pandemic started, you could see where it dropped to in March. There's this spread. It got gigantic. That spread and the black bar was pretty uniform throughout the whole entire thing. But now the spread that when we went into the pandemic got really large, and that's because the engine for lending kind of broke. There was a lot of different factors of what had happened. So the spread got really large. And then over time, it's come back to the point where it's at right now, the spread is actually less than where it was prior to the pandemic. So it means that any real change in the 10-year bond is actually going to reflect, probably to a great degree, what's going on with the 30-year mortgage. And that is what happened at the beginning of this year. So you can see 10-year treasuries. I follow these all the time. I advise everybody out there to follow them to understand what's going on with interest rates. You just don't have to pick up a phone and dial in a spreadsheet. So these are 10-year treasuries. You can see this is as of today. We actually climbed to 1.2% for the first time since all the way back in March of last year, prior to the lockdown. And you can see over here, this was prior to everything occurring at the very beginning of 2020. We had the bonds were floating right around 1.8, between 1.8, 1.9, right around there. And we had interest rates at 3.75%. And then it dropped down below 1%. That's what that line is. We dropped down to below 1% for the first time ever. And when we dropped down there, we had interest rates that were really low. As a matter of fact, we should have had interest rates, because that spread was broken, at less than 2.5% at one point. But we never got down to that because the lending engine was broken. So you can see where we're at today is actually above 1%. And like I said, the last time we'd been here, that it was this high was back in March of last year, and we're almost eclipsing where we were at. That's at I think it was right around 1.28 is where it was at. So we're getting close to that. And within the last 6 months, this is where bonds have gone. They've actually been rising over the last 6 months quite a bit, but you didn't notice it. What happened was that spread fixed itself. And then at the beginning of this year, if you look at the 2021, at the beginning of this year, it really picked up. And that's why we went from 2.65%, where we hit a record, and then we went up higher than where we're at today. I think it was 2.78 or 2.79. And now it's come back to 2.73% is where interest rates are at right now. But recently, we've seen this rise, specifically over the last couple of days, and that's going to affect where the Freddie Mac does a 30-year mortgage market survey across the United States. I think that is going to go up. next Thursday when we get the latest read. And what makes the 10-year Treasury go up? It's good news. Good news in the form of more COVID-19 vaccines, hitting 300 million by the time we get to the end of July. Having a relief bill, they're working on that right now. New job reports, maybe a stimulus package down the road, good economic numbers. Those are the kind of things that drive the 10-year Treasury up, and people get really excited about financing and things other than long-term debt. So they're excited about the economy, and that will make the 30-year, as the 10-year goes up, the 30-year mortgage will increase as well. So I expect interest rates to slowly but surely rise up towards 3%. And then later on, by the time we get to maybe the end of this year, December, hit around 3.5%. That could possibly happen. So if you see where we're at today, 2.73%, and you're looking for a 20% down principal and interest payment of $3,000, not anything else, HOAs or taxes, just principal and interest payment, you're looking at a $921,000 house. Right now, today, if they get to 3.5% by the end of the year, you're now looking at an $835,000 house, a much different home compared to where they are at today. And if you look even higher, if we go even higher, I mean, interest rates at 4%, we were there before. And gosh, now you can see it just, the affordability starts to diminish as rates rise. So I wanted to point that out. And really quick, the Southern California market, what's going on? 2021 feels a lot like 2013. And you're not wrong. If you've been in the business for a long time, you remember 2013 was really a difficult year to operate in. A, you had buyers that couldn't find anything. And B, you had sellers that thought, hey, I could have got more. My thing is, price that thing according to the fair market value, pit all the offers against each other. And at the end of the day, you're going to bring home a lot more money than if you priced it too high. You're going to be dealing with fewer offers, and you won't be able to pit them against each other. So we're in right now the winter market. The winter market is where demand surges. That's what's going on. Typically this happens, especially right after Super Bowl, is where we can really gauge it and feel it. And supply remains flat. So supply remains flat. And in this case, this year, supply is actually dropping a little bit, which is a little bit uncharacteristic, and it's making things worse. It's making, when you have less supply and demand going up, it's only getting hotter out there. And then we're going to get to the spring market. Remember, we're in winter until the middle of next month. We'll hit spring. And that's when a whole bunch of homeowners say, I'm going to place my home on the market in the spring. And that is what's going to happen. So we're going to have demand climbs and peaks, and the supply rises. So dog running around. Anyways, demand climbs and peaks, and then supply rises. Supply will actually start to rise because that's when homeowners say they're going to place their home on the market. March is where we start to see a difference and more supply by the end of March, especially. April for sure. And May is the peak month for the most number of homes that come on. And then June, July, August, not far off, but May is the peak. So active listing inventory right now for all of Southern California, this is where we're at. February 4th, we were at 16,737. It was down 5%, or down 806 homes in a 2-week period of time from mid-January to where we were at last Thursday, because I crunch this every 2 weeks for all of SoCal. Last year at the same period of time, we were at 29,158, which was 74% more homes. 12,785. And did you know that San Bernardino and Riverside are the two markets in the United States that had the biggest drop in inventory from last year to this year? It's amazing. And today we're at 16,440. It's down 2%, or down 297 just since last Thursday. So here we go. From last Thursday to today, we're going down even further. So the Southern California active listing inventory, where we're at today, we've never been here before since I started tracking this thing back in 2012. This is a very, very low number. And as a matter of fact, Orange County, I've tracked since 2004. We're far below where we were at in 2013, and it's at its lowest level also. So I'm going to argue that for Southern California, it goes back decades since we've had an inventory this low. And there's 2013. You can see we're way lower than where we were at in 2013. And there's not enough homes on the market. And for all of Southern California, compared to the 5-year average, the number of for sale signs that were planted into the ground, so the number of homes coming on the market for the month of January of 2021 was down 11%, or we're missing 2,263 homes. Now, before I would have told you that was because of COVID-19, and that was the case during the right around March, April, May. Some of them lasted all the way through the summer for some counties. However, that's no longer what is happening. What is happening is there are homeowners out there that are not coming on the market because they're saying there's nothing for them to buy. They're waiting for more homes to come on the market. They understand that there will be more homes that come on the market intuitively in spring. My thing for that is place your home on the market, make it contingent on you finding a replacement property. And then if we all did that, there'd be a whole bunch more homes that came on the market. So maybe that will be the answer to more homes coming on the market and satisfying and satiating the current demand. And the market, as we go forward through the year, you're going to see that it's going to lure many homeowners to come on the market because they want to take advantage of this spectacular marketplace. And as far as demand is concerned, this is where we're at. Demand is right here, February 4th, last Thursday, 16,816. It was up 21% or an extra 2,901 pending sales compared to compared to where we were at 2 weeks ago. And last year at this time, we were 17% less, which is 2,791 fewer pending sales. And today we're at 18,033. So since last Thursday to today, we've actually added 7% and we're up 1,217 pending sales. So it continues to rise, and that's what it will continue to do until it peaks right around May. And it's the strongest start to the year since 2013. Demand-wise, it looks very similar to 2013 demand-wise. Inventory-wise, way less, which means the market is hotter. And speaking about how hot the market is, as of last Thursday, February 4th, we were at a 30-day expected market time. So 2 weeks prior, in the middle of January, it was at 38 days. Then in a 2 week period, it dropped down to a 30-day expected market time. Last year at the same time, we were at a 62-day expected market time, so double. And then today we're at 27 days. So even from last Thursday to today, if you place your home on the market, it's hotter today than it was last Thursday. And that's kind of been the evolution. It will continue to be this way until more homes come on the market a month from now. So the expected market time year over year, this is where we are expected market time. Place your home on the market. When are you opening up escrow? And if I show you where we're at, we have never been here before. It's the lowest level since tracking, beats the socks off of 2013, which dipped below 40, got to 39 days. And look where we're at today. We're at just a really, really low level, which means that when you have that low of a level, it's so hot that values are rising. They're just screaming upward. So that's where we're at today. So go to reportsonhousing.com. Click on subscribe. People say, what's your website? It's reports, reports, on housing.com. Click on subscribe. You get a month free if you sign up utilizing, it's $15 per month or $150 per year. And you get a free month if you utilize the coupon code 2021 offers. So use 2021 offers. There's a lot of multiple offers that are out there. That's why I chose that coupon code 2021 offers, and you get a free month. And I wanted to once again thank Kevin Buddy from Monarch Coast Financial, who of course deals with many different kind of loans from full doc to private money and has tons and tons of experience since 1976. He knows his stuff. Me and him jive because he even knows his economics. So Monarch Coast Financial, you can contact Kevin Buddy at 949-422-2075. That's 949-422-2075. And hey, wait a minute. I'm not going away yet because here they are. They ran in here. It's my family, fresh out of the doctor's office. Somebody had a shot. Nice look. This is Athena Rose Thomas. This is... There it is. Oh. There's the microphone.
Hi!
Thomas. Mia, she's missing. Mia! She's the shy one. She pretends to be shy. Anyways, I wanted to thank you very much for this first episode. Sorry for the problem with the sound. That was funny. We're working through things. This is a new setup. I've got lights on both sides. I'm actually working from my office, and the kids will normally be in and out saying their hellos and all that good stuff. But just wanted to say thank you for tuning in. Any questions, please put them in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to answer them going forward, both on YouTube and on Facebook. And I appreciate it. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you. Actually, it won't be next Friday. It will be next Thursday because my wife and I we've just got something planned. Anyways, thank you very much for tuning in. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you on the other side.
Bye. Bye.
You guys are so cute.